oh, you're asking me for $300 for a loan. I'm not gonna loan you 300 because I know I'm not gonna see it back. I'm gonna give you 100.
If you lend me like $1,000 right now, and then in 3 weeks you see me going on vacation, you're gonna be like, yo, where the fuck are you going on vacation? You owe me $1,000.
What do you do then? You are the guy that's making more money, but then you have to like hide these things from your wife.
Should I borrow money from my in-laws? You didn't see that one from Dave Ramsey?
Oh, yeah.
With my wife, we have about $150,000 saved, and my in-laws are being generous and lending us about $100,000 to help with the down payment. That's enough for us to get a decent townhome in our area, and that way we would only owe family.
You all aren't going to like my answer. I would recommend you don't take out a loan with your in-laws.
Oh, really?
Yeah. The borrower is slave to the lender, and when you owe your father-in-law money, Thanksgiving dinner tastes different.
Yeah. All right.
This is how families end up not speaking to each other. They're probably very kind, not controlling people. That will all change the first time you miss a payment. And suddenly, where you went on vacation, the brand of the kids' clothes matters. They're looking at every decision you make with money as to whether they get paid or not.
I'm looking to buy my first house.
That's very true.
Yeah, I agree.
What do you guys think about that?
100%.
Yeah? Okay, next. Oh, you heard about this?
It's true that the birth control pill can change your perception of who you're attracted to for a woman.
Yeah.
That is concerning.
What they found was that when women who chose their partners on the pill discontinue the pill, it is associated with changes in how attracted they are to their partner, their sexual satisfaction, and their relationship satisfaction. And what was really fascinating about it is that whether that got better or whether it got worse depended on how attractive their partner was.
Lovely. Okay. What about rates of depression and other side effects? And are there specific people who are more prone to this?
Research indicates that girls who go on it during their teenage years, that this is something that can put them at risk for having major depressive disorder across their lifetime, even after they go off of it.
Ooh.
Nobody's really paying attention to this, which is kind of BS.
Yeah. I've read some stories of women accidentally getting testosterone when they didn't need it and experiencing wild, heightened sexual arousal. Do you know anything about that? Is that true? This should be a good one.
Damn.
Anything
Girls
there?
shooting up test. Coming harder.
You find anything there? I just see you typing away, dude.
I haven't really seen anything. None of these are really that good.
You didn't hear about that football guy?
Which one?
That Chris
I sent it to you.
They try to scam him like one.
Dude, you're not listening, dude.
That's pretty crazy.
Okay. Ready? Well, we can start with that.
Yeah.
Former Seahawks Earl Thomas has identity stolen by ex-wife's husband. Fuck. Let me try this again. Keep fucking up. Former Seahawks star Earl Thomas has identity stolen by ex-wife's boyfriend. Loses $1.9 million in assets. A New Orleans man pretended to be former NFL player Earl Thomas III in order to steal money from his bank accounts, cash his NFL checks, and transfer ownership of several vehicles in a $1.9 million identity theft scheme. Jefferson Parish Sheriff's Office investigators said Kevin J. Thompson, 38, was arrested in June on charges including identity theft, forgery, money laundering, credit card fraud, computer fraud, and bank fraud, said Sergeant Brandon Veal, spokesperson for the sheriff's office. Thompson is in a relationship with Thomas's ex-wife, Nina Thomas, who is from New Orleans, according to authorities. He used a driver's license with his photo but the NFL player's information to create a phony bank account and transfer vehicle titles, authorities said, including the blue Rolls-Royce Cullinan SUV he drove to the bank where he was arrested. After being released from jail, he tried to get the Rolls-Royce back from the sheriff's office, authorities said, but he arrived in a car reported stolen in Atlanta and was arrested again. Then someone comments here that shows up, women be out here ruining lives over emotions.
That's so fucked up, dude.
What do you think about that?
No, I mean, I guess, like, so this is the ex-wife that kind of has caused this? Or
So the ex-wife has a new boyfriend.
Yeah.
And I guess...
What a piece of shit. So is it, are we blaming the ex-wife?
No,
Maybe
it's
she's in on it.
It's just crazy. Of course she's in on
Yeah,
it. I mean, how else would she have gone on all his information? It's
That's
just
what I'm saying.
It's crazy to like the extremities or the extremes, I would say, that someone would go to kind of like fuck somebody over.
Well, don't they say like you really know somebody when you go through like a divorce? Like you really see like the worst of them.
Yeah.
Because you can be with them for years and whatever, and they're all picture perfect. But imagine like also how did it end? Maybe you fucked her over, and then that's like a byproduct of years and years of fucking. Well,
I mean, that's
her
why
being fucked over or something. Like
yeah,
this.
and that's why we had talked about like prenups and why it's important, right? Because like the person you marry is not the same person you're going to divorce.
Yeah,
there's a lot of different emotions, a lot of different reasonings for what happened. Because you get married, everything's all fine and dandy. You're happy with one another, but you don't get married thinking you're eventually going to get divorced.
Yep.
Right? You think, I'm going to be together forever. You're one that has said that, right? So it's like it's kind of fucked up if you think about it. Like the fact that, you try to do right, you have a marriage, stuff like that, everything is good, and then shit hits the fan, obviously, now those bad emotions, those bad reasonings, now someone wants to be a motherfucker, that's the opportunity they have. Like, what better time at that point? And it looks like this is what happened there.
I can't believe the guy came back to try to get the car.
But a prenup wouldn't even have helped in this situation because she committed fraud.
No, but I'm just saying how we talk about that, like protecting men, because then they're like, oh, prenups are all fucked up, like you shouldn't, like, oh, why? What are you trying to do? But it's like, you want to protect yourself because then there's motherfuckers like this guy's ex-wife, like, of course, had to have aided him in this, the boyfriend in the situation to do all of this. I mean, how would that guy have all of his information?
Exactly. Yeah.
Obviously, dude. So then think about it. Like, he went off and she was there helping him. Like, why the fuck would you do that? How fucked up is that?
What a bitch, dude. But again, it just kind of overscores everything. It's like, you got to know who you're marrying. But then again, it's like, how could you foresee that? Maybe he thought she was the sweetest and this, and look.
That's what I'm saying, dude. That's why you got to try to protect your shit. That's why you ever hear about that guy? I forgot what it was. He's like a soccer player that he was loaded with money. I forgot his name.
What's his name? Yeah, it's like he plays somewhere in Europe.
Look him up. And all of a sudden, what happened? That he and his wife got divorced or whatever, and then she went to come after him to take half his shit. And when they saw his assets, he didn't own anything. He put everything under his mother's name. So since he didn't have anything, she wasn't entitled to anything at all. It's like, dude, so then is that how we're supposed to be living our lives? Is that how we're supposed to be kind of protecting ourselves? Yes?
I guess you have to. What's his name? Here you go. Hakimi. Is this his name? Yeah, Hakimi. Ashraf Hakimi. He's Moroccan. And I guess he has all his assets under his mom's name. And then the ex-wife is like not getting shit, right? I guess, bro, you got to be smart, man. Especially when you're talking about the kind of money that these people make. And then a lot of women make the argument, like, how would you want a prenup? You don't have shit. Like, you're broke. You make $50,000 a year. But a prenup is not about just how much you make right now. It's about for the future. Because obviously, when a prenup is designed to protect you, the goal is to make money and have a successful career. So then 10, 15, 20 years down the line, you can have something to look back and be like, man, I'm proud of accomplishing all this. That's what a prenup is for. It's not about, I make $50,000 a year, I'm protecting that. It's not about that. It's about safety net for the next 10, 15, 20, 30 years ahead. And hopefully I'm making enough money where it'll be justified that I'm glad I signed this. Although there is, what is it, post-nuptial? There's another...
Yeah, what the fuck is that?
You do this, I guess, throughout your marriage.
Like
as you're married...
After the nuptial, you
have...
updated.
Yeah, I guess.
What happens there? I guess that's where you go to revisit it if you have to make changes to it.
Yeah. I think that's what it is. Prenup is before you get married, and then there's a post-nuptial, I think that's what it's called. And then I guess maybe different assets have changed, income has changed. I guess you can reevaluate, like, how do you want to assess. But nonetheless, I think prenups are important. Speaking
of that, you got something you saw the video. I think you sent me the video to our chat with the girls.
Yeah.
And it was of when they asked Dave Ramsey.
The one I sent today,
the woman
right?
that called in.
Yeah.
Let's play that one.
Yeah,
too.
why not?
Might as well.
That chick did not like the answer.
Yeah, and I kind of want to see what you as an innocent bystander has to say about this.
I am innocent.
Yeah. Ready?
When people get married, what do they do with their finances? How do they just suddenly combine everything?
Yes.
They do?
Yes.
And like split everything right down the middle?
No. You combine everything. There's no middle. The preacher didn't say, and now you're a joint venture. He said, and now you're one.
So what if one person makes more than the other? Like,
You're
what
not a
happens?
partnership. You're a marriage. There is no, let me give you an example, okay?
Okay.
My wife has not had an earned income for 30 years. She stayed home with our children. I do not have an income. We have an income. It's as much hers as it is mine. Spiritually, morally, and by the way, legally.
Okay.
And so it's our income, and she and I sit down. Were she to earn an income, it would be put in a pile with mine, and I don't get more votes if I make more money.
Oh, okay.
We both have a vote. We both are going to sit down together. We love each other. We are going to decide about our, you're hearing my pronouns here, we, our, not yours, mine. It's not my car, your car. Now, we do say that's her car because she drives that car most of the time, but she's more than welcome to drive any car we have. I'm more than welcome to drive any car we have. It's not titled exclusively to her name or to my name. It's ours. We own everything. The only thing that is not ours is if the dog poops on the floor, that's my dog. But other than that, we share it.
Alrighty.
So, see, if you change your language like that, what it forces you to do is it forces you to set goals together instead of having independent goals. Marriages are always growing together or they're growing apart.
When people get married, what do they do with their
That's just, I like that ending. But yeah, I saw that, and you can hear in her voice that was not the answer she wanted to hear. I reckon in that instance, she makes more than the husband, and she wants someone to validate her idea of like, well, I make more, so I'm only chimming in X amount, but everything else I make more, that's my money. You know, but if the shoe was on the other foot, I'm pretty sure she wouldn't want to feel that way. She would be like, well, you make more, but we're together, right? So it's convenient for you in this situation. But if it was the other way around, you probably wouldn't feel this way. And it's kind of frustrating, you know. And there's some comments in the video. I don't know if you saw them, but some people are like, "Oh, that couldn't be me. I never thought about that," or "I'm not gonna get married because of that." And it's like, "Oh, why would you get married if you don't feel this way?" And to me, I think it's very simple. All the expenses you share. I think you have a joint account, and then you have your own separate account. She has her own separate account.
But that's not what Dave Ramsey's saying though.
He didn't say that you cannot have an account on your own.
But then he also would have added that into it to answer her. But he didn't say that. He said it's our money.
Right, it's our money. So you have money coming into your in account where you guys share all the bills, all the expenses, and etc. If you have kids and whatnot. But I think it's important you should still have your own account, you have your own identity, and
do what with that account?
Oh, if you want to go shopping or if you want to buy yourself something.
But that's what the joint...
the joint account is for the house.
But that's what he's saying.
No, but we don't know that's what he's saying, that you have a joint account. It's our money.
But he could have... But I get what you're saying. But then you're saying, but he didn't mention the other extra account. To answer her, he could have said that. But he could have said, "Oh no, you have the main account that both of it comes in because it's a marriage, it's one." And then, if you want to then have your own little account, he didn't say that at all. He didn't even inch near that because he would have mentioned it.
I don't know if he would have.
So then now my question, I'm not saying whether it's right or wrong. I'm asking you based on what he said. So you still think that there should be an allocation of personal finances?
I think so.
How does that work?
Let's say if me and Claudia, for example, we get married, we have a joint account.
Yes.
And good question. I guess I would say no because I've never been married.
So I'll give you an example of someone that told me. They said, well, I have the joint account that essentially what falls in there is the bare minimum needed to cover the expenses.
Yeah.
For home insurance, whatever the fuck it is, everything there, right? But then that they all had their own accounts for their own incomes, which would kind of go against what he's saying. Because he's saying, if we use that logic and his wife who had no income, all his money is going to the same pile and she's using it. So technically she would have her own account to pull money from the joint to use?
In her case, if she doesn't work, I would say she needs to have her own personal account and then money gets funneled into her personal
So
account.
you would give her an allowance.
It's not an allowance. It's however much you agree. Hey, we can afford. This is your.
So what's the point of that account then?
The account is for you both and I to see, okay, the money for the rent, the money for the mortgage, the money for the insurance, etc., the kids, etc. So we both have oversight. But you still have your personal account. If you want to go to Target and spend $100 on Target, I don't need to go and see on a joint account, oh, she spends $200 on Target. Like, that's your thing. You do your thing. So I think, and chime in, I would love to hear your feedback as well, because I think it's important to have some type of individuality, even if you're married, right? And I think you do need your own personal account. And if you want to go around and buy yourself something, I think that's perfectly fine. But you do have to have a joint account. I think it makes the most sense, especially if you're married.
But you're saying that, so joint account for everything that's joint. So you're kind of saying what she was saying. She was saying.
What she was saying?
She's kind of saying like, okay, well then how do we determine like if one makes more money than the other? She's kind of looking at a way like, hey, yeah, so we'll kind of put money there, but she wants to keep her own money off the side. That's kind of that's why she's asking the question. It's like, okay, well, what if one makes significantly more? Does it still go to the same account? And he's like, yes, it still goes. Everything comes in, everything comes out, because it's still our stuff. I agree with you guys. I agree with you. I'm just trying to fight you based on what he's saying. I want you to beat him.
I think that what he meant was that they have joint funds. You got me? He wasn't necessarily speaking on accounts. But that the money that comes into the house, everything that is the house, everything, all their assets, is owned by both of them.
Mm-hmm.
And whether they have different accounts that, yeah, like Marvin was saying, that they funnel money out, I think they both have that. And then they just have this one big account, and then you could have other ones under their umbrella, maybe even your kids' accounts.
So how would you then allocate that? Because I think her argument in the video was, okay, if it's all going to then one account for us, right? But then we're each going to have our own individual accounts to make expenses. How do you allocate those funds in those accounts then?
Then you each take out the same amount towards those accounts.
So that's an allowance
to yourselves from this one joint account.
Well, you have to look at your goals. Like, I think it's important to be, okay, what are our finances? How much are we planning on saving, retirement? Is there a vacation coming up? Like, you have to do the math. You have
Forget
to
about all that. Say everything is
but
allocated the way that it's supposed to allocate, right?
Yeah.
Everything that's needed, right? Because if we're saving together, we're both on the same mission.
Yeah.
It's
right.
both together. So that goes into the joint account, right?
Mm-hmm.
But how do you then determine the individual expenses? Because if you have your own accounts individually, do you go into to the joint funds, make a transfer for the same amount? Do you transfer yourself? Like how would
I think each one should, all the money goes into one account, the joint account.
Okay.
And then you guys agree, like every month we have, I don't know, $500 that we put in our own accounts that we have at our own discretion. And even if you make $100,000 and they make $50,000, both of the money that comes in is the same. All the money goes into the same account, and then we both funnel, let's say $500 each into our
whatever.
allowance. Yeah, whatever.
But
in your own
equally.
account. But equally, yeah.
Okay.
And then let's say, oh, babe, you know what? Hey, I need to pull a little bit of more money out of it. It's all about communicating what works. I mean, none of us have ever been in this position, but that's kind of what I would think. And it will make the most sense. So
Right.
anytime
I
there's a
agree.
big expense, especially for the house, the kids, whatever, you pull out of the main account. And so,
Yeah, it kind of sounds
Yeah.
like she didn't like that. Kind of sounds like she's probably more like, oh, I'm making all the money, so I want to use more.
and
You know,
exactly,
I get
like
to
she
get
wants to
more.
use more, and she only wants to put whatever he's putting. But if he's making less, then it's doesn't really work that way, I think.
I was gonna segue into something else,
Go
but
on,
it's
man.
kind of like it. I saw this reel, and it was of a guy that had 4 different Lamborghinis, and the wife didn't know that they were all different. She always thought that it was the same one because he would always get it the same color.
Why?
Why then?
Because he would get this orange Lambo, and it was like the first one that they got. Like, I'm guessing like the most basic one. And then he made more money, and then he went and got another Lambo, but the same color.
Where's he keeping all these Lambos?
No, he would just sell that one and get the new one.
And she just thought it's the same one.
She's like, oh, I didn't know that this one had like this black. And she's like, oh, love, you just never noticed that. And then he gets a more expensive one. He gets a convertible. And it's like, oh, I didn't know it was convertible. I was like, nah, I just never took the top off.
That's funny as fuck.
So what do you do then? You know, if you are the guy that's making more money, but then you have to like hide these things from your wife. It's
No, I think I don't think you should have to hide anything,
right?
You know, I think you got to be transparent. If you make a lot more money, if I made a lot more money than my girlfriend, I would want to elevate her lifestyle as well, because I would like to share. I love this person. I'm not gonna be like, oh, I gotta hide my fucking money from her because I want to spend more and I don't want her to spend more. No, I don't see it like that. What do you think?
I think everything should go to a joint collective kind of account, because if we're together and we have the home, we have expenses, we're living here, utilities, groceries, things like that, it's a joint kind of effort.
Yeah.
In order for us to get those same expenses, because we're both kind of using that. I like your idea of like having some sort of portion kind of get allocated out, or at least communicating on an amount. I just don't know if everybody would agree.
Not everyone might agree, but I mean, at the end of the day, you have to do what works for you. To me, logically, it makes the most amount of sense. Maybe once I'm in that position, and maybe it doesn't work. To me, it makes the most sense. You know, whether I make more or whether I make less.
Because here's the thing. Here,
we're married. We're
because
getting
let me
married.
ask you a
What's the
question.
point?
Think of this, because let's say you make the majority share. You make 75% of that pool, right? She makes the other 25 or 70-30, whatever the fuck, right? You're now going from seeing a paycheck, right? Mm-hmm. That's a lot higher, that you're able to spend more, that you're able to kind of do more with, to it going to a central account and only giving yourself a fraction of your income.
Yeah, but after you have the fraction of your, that's disposable income. It's the same thing as what I have now, because after I pay all my bills, there's not much left for me, you know? So if the lion's share of my income goes to a joint account where bills get paid out anyways, now at least I don't have to worry about bills. That's the account, bills come get taken out. And if at the end of the month or after I get paid, there's $500 in my own checking account that is disposable income. At least now I don't have to worry about anything else.
So in this case, you'll have more money, because you'll have more help with her.
Well, that's again. Well, yeah, it's because then now we're a team. So I mean, for me, it's a little bit different because like I pay everything myself right now. I live, you know, I'm
right. So it would benefit.
It would benefit me drastically. Hell yeah. But no, like yeah, like I don't really have like a crazy spending habit, anyways. You know, so it's not like I need fucking like after I pay all my bills, whatever, and everything else, like we'll be spending on each other or together. That's all that matters to me, you know. But let me ask you this now: what if you're in the situation? Let's say maybe even you make more or she makes more. How do you deal with, let's say your partner wants to lend money to her family or whatever? How would that go into play? Because I was watching a video and the lady was like, "Oh, like this
you
is
don't
my
have it."
No.
Fuck. Okay.
This is my hack. Like me and my husband, we agreed to not loan money to anybody. Have you seen that?
We gift money.
Yeah, if anything, we'll gift it.
Oh, you're asking me for $300 for a loan.
No,
I'm not gonna loan you $300 because I know I'm not gonna see it back. I'm gonna give you $100.
Yeah,
deal. You ain't gotta give it back to me. No questions asked.
Yeah.
I don't care what you do. Right?
Yeah, that's exactly one. So because money, family, it could be ugly. Especially let's say you make a little bit more, but you're also not very filthy rich. There's always gonna be somebody, you know, like how would you handle that?
Well, no, it's kind of in the situation of the guy who called in, Dave Ramsey, asking about getting the loan from the parents.
Yeah.
Right? I didn't think of it like that. I really didn't think about it. Because we actually, before we came over here, we were talking about kind of like how the economy's all over the place and like what do we do? How people have fled their countries to come here. But then obviously people, I mean, if they did it for something better, if there was an opportunity for us better, what if we were to flee? And he's like, why are you crazy? But whatever, we were just talking about, whatever. We were talking about, okay, so like, what if you did receive a loan from your parents and that happens, right? Or like you're always kind of being helped by the parents. It kind of gets to the point where, like, I don't know. Because I see where he's coming from in the sense where, okay, they helped you with money. Now they're going to be looking at you all the time about every expense that you have. Yeah. You know,
he even said it. It's like, it's human nature. Like if I lend you, if you lend me like $1,000 right now, and then in 3 weeks you see me going on vacation, and be like, yo, where the fuck are you going on vacation? You owe me $1,000.
It's kind of true.
Yeah, exactly. Even if you don't want to think that way, it's instinct, and so that's kind of what he was saying as well. Yeah.
But what he says is, and this is also kind of true. It's if you had the means to do so for your child, right?
Yeah.
It's a little bit different because it's like what other reason do you like? Once you have children, I feel like my mentality will be different.
Sure,
I think we can ask Daryl this, right? But once you have a kid, it's like you kind of live for them. You know, like you want to be able to say, hey, like I'm here to help you, to support you. That's the whole reason.
Parenthood. That's what it's all about.
Parenting, right, whatever. So then it's almost like, should you feel bad? Or like, should that even be in the back of your mind that they'll be like, yo, where's the money? Because at the end of the day, it's almost like, I mean, we're here to help you.
Yeah.
We want to help you. So then, like, what do you guys think about that? I should be asking you that.
I think that you should use your opportunity wisely. You know, and if you are put into that position that you have someone that is trying to help you out, you know, at least use that opportunity to become successful out of yourself. That way,
But
you could come and pay them back in the future.
But like, if in this case, for example, if loaning for the house,
Loaning for the house?
that's not really an opportunity.
No, I think that if you're asking money to buy for a house, you can't afford the house because the easiest thing is buying the house.
No,
It's maintaining it and everything that comes after it.
bro, but a lot of people, especially like the housing market right now, a lot of people need help for a down payment at least. Or
Let's say
How
right
to just
now,
qualify, dude. You know, 140 grand to qualify for a regular home now.
but it's not even that. It's not that hard for someone to come around and save 50 grand and then come and pay for it. Is that once you already have this money, now what are you gonna do with a $4,000 monthly payment? And that's just your mortgage.
Yeah. Those shits are.
And then you have taxes. Then you have insurance.
No, I get you. So is it?
Those people are just not making good financial decisions.
And it shouldn't be a loan. It should be a gift. Like, don't ask me to pay you back, dude. Just give me 50 grand.
I think it has to be a conversation that you have with your loved one, because if you're in a position where you could help out someone and it's their family member, you know, you have to talk things through.
Right.
And it's like, because you would want to do it for one of your family members. It also has to make sense.
Yeah, like if I had the means to do it.
Exactly.
But if I'm like, probably, if they have to struggle or have to like dip into something that they wouldn't normally, that they shouldn't.
But if they can afford it, then why not? You know, like to loan you them or gift you the money.
So you think it's okay?
If they gift you money, or loaning money.
The thing is, man, I guess it also depends on the amount too, no?
Is that in a personal position? I would never do that. I wouldn't even ask my parents for money.
Yeah.
I'm just, what type
But
of...
that's you. But like, just, I guess like the question in general.
Also, your parents probably don't have that type of money. If you knew your parents are rich, you wouldn't ask them for like, hey, can I get $50,000 for a house?
No, but...
I would.
Fucking Trump did it. He started his business with what, $1 million loan from his dad, and
his dad gave him like, when he inherited like what, $50 million or some shit like that. Same thing with who was it? Jeff Bezos. He got a loan from his parents for like, I don't know, hundreds of thousands of dollars. You can't do it all alone, man. So if you have family members that have the means to help you and support you, I would reach out and I would take it. Fuck it. But it sounded like they didn't really need the money, you know, but I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
well, no, he was saying how
like they could do it without it.
no,
but
he was saying how they had 100,000 already saved for a down payment, but they needed like another 150.
Oh, that's too much, dude. That's
A
a
down payment or
loan.
not?
What type of house are they buying?
Unless they're getting 20%, which if it's 20, what's that? 20%? How much was it?
You're a
That'll be
banker.
250. 250 at 20%. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. If that's 250,
Almost one something.
1.25, I think.
There's a house in Miami Springs right now.
But that's also the other thing, dude. Like, you're
Yeah.
gonna ask your parents for 20% down.
But I would tell them like, yo, you don't need to put 20% down. Fuck you, dude.
But what if they had to? What if they're not like, whether they're not eligible for the first time home buyer? They can't put less. They have to put the 20% down. Or what if that is the 5%?
No, I really, yo, you gotta get a cheap house.
An apartment, dude.
Yeah, dude. I'm just looking at some other ones, and Angelo just cut this out in between.
What else? What I sent you, or am I the assholes?
Am I the assholes?
Did you find one? Let me see what else I sent you. If you heard of something too, please. Al Pacino has baby with 29-year-old, has to pay $30K a month in child support forever.
Didn't Mick Jagger have one too?
Yeah?
I think so.
Mick Jagger? What you got? Do it.
Am I the asshole for not leaving the gym after a woman was intimidated by me?
Why?
I, 26 male, work a job in a remote location. I stay at a camp with around 600 people. There's an attached gym that is a 5-minute walk from my room. It is a decent-sized gym with a basketball court and 2 weight rooms and a track upstairs. I had the day off, so I went to the gym to kill time. When I went to the gym, there was one other person that I saw. We were both in the weight room. After I finished my second set of my first exercise, she came over and told me that she felt uncomfortable being alone in the gym with a guy and asked if I would leave. I told her I would go to another part of the gym, but thought it was unreasonable to ask me to leave. She gave me an annoyed look and left the gym.
She left. Okay.
I had already started and didn't want to stop and come back later. On the other hand, it's only a 5-minute walk to my room, so it would have only been a minor inconvenience for me to leave and come back later since she was there first. I think that's it.
People are so stupid,
What do you
dude.
think? This is it? This is it? Yeah.
That's ridiculous, dude.
I think we should start doing that.
What do you guys think? Have you ever been in a situation where someone asked you to leave the gym?
I think I've been in a situation where someone has asked me to leave.
What?
Because we have gotten to like the same bar. And I'm like there with one of my exes, they're like, "Oh, can you leave?" Or one of their friends be like, "Oh."
You have told me some shit like that.
Oh, the ex was there? And then
Or one of the ex's friends was like, "Oh, can you please leave?" And I'm like, "Dude, no."
You stayed?
Of course.
Oh my God.
No, I can't remember.
No, I think that's insane.
That's ridiculous.
But it kind of highlights some of the issues that a lot of people guys are like facing. Like nowadays, every guy's a creep for you see those videos where girls like recording herself. Guy gets caught up in the video looking at the girl. Now they're fucking end up on social media. You're
I
like,
see videos like that all the
you see that?
time,
You're like, oh fuck.
and they're walking by and they're like, oh shit, and then they look at they're like, fuck.
Got caught.
But it's like, dude, like anywhere you go, like if you look at a girl for too long or you walk past a girl twice, all of a sudden you be like, fuck, dude, this girl must think I'm a huge creep, and you're like, it sucks, It sucks being like that, going around like that. If it's a gym, if it's a supermarket, I feel like. There are a lot of creeps out there, but I feel like most guys are just decent guys.
I don't know, dude.
There's a lot of creeps out there. That's true.
A ton of creeps, dude.
I'm looking at one right now.
Yeah, me too.
I'm kidding. Anything you saw?
I'm scrolling through to see if I can find some, but
Nah, but Warf, think about that. You're at a gym. Imagine you're staying at you're going to Kentucky. You stay at the hotel. You go downstairs. You get yourself a coffee. You hit the gym. You're there hitting your first set. And some lady comes up to you and be like, "I feel uncomfortable with you here. Can you please leave?"
I would tell her to leave if she's uncomfortable.
I'll be like, "You're making me uncomfortable right now."
Just by speaking to me.
You want to see uncomfortable?
yeah, I got a good one. I think I have two, but this one's pretty good. Am I the asshole for inviting my ex to stay at our house? I, female 23, bought a 3-bedroom home with my fiance, James, name and everything, male 24, about 6 months ago. My parents helped us with buying this house as a wedding gift, and we are so grateful as we understand how lucky we are. Because of this, we made sure to furnish one of the bedrooms as a guest room so we can host others often. When I was a freshman in college, I dated Mark. We dated for about a year and it ended amicably. We remained friends after, and he even introduced me to James. James and I started dating about 3 months after Mark and I broke up, and he knew that Mark and I were friends that once dated. Over the years, Mark and I have always been friendly, but we have gone through periods of times where we were closer as friends. James has made some comments saying how it's weird that Mark and I are friends, but I told him that Mark and I are nothing more and I don't see why it's weird. A couple of days ago, Mark asked me if he would be able to stay with me while he was in between leases. He said it would only be about 2 weeks. I told him of course and that I would get the guest room ready for him. I told James later that day and he got really upset and told me I should have consulted him first. I asked why, as we have both had some friends stay with us and we didn't consult each other then. James said it is because Mark is my ex and that it's weird that he would be sleeping under our roof with him knowing our history.
Of course, yeah.
I said that he is being a bit dramatic and that although Mark and I have a history, he is just a friend. I ended up going to Mark's apartment because I was so upset and needed to vent without getting any of our other friends involved. Mark just listened to me as I ranted about how crazy James was acting. I talked to my mom earlier about this as well, and she said that she does think Mark and I have a rather odd relationship and that she sees where James is coming from. It's been a few days and James and I are barely speaking and it's clear he is still very upset. I just really don't understand what the big deal is, but I need to know. Am I the asshole? Edit. I'm seeing a lot of comments saying that I am cheating with Mark, emotionally and or physically. This is ridiculous. Both Mark and I are in committed relationships and have never had feelings for each other since our breakup 3 years ago. I know this probably won't change anyone's mind, but it had to be addressed because I am not a cheater.
It sounds very definitive, but I think it's
a good one.
Yeah, it's a
one.
very good one, but it's super inappropriate. No. And even when she was saying that we had friends stay over and we didn't consult each other, I think that's also kind of weird. Like, I'm not having people sleep over without talking to my partner. Like, we shared a house together. I would have a more open dialogue with my partner, but I would never want my ex in my living space. It's and vice versa.
But then again, do you have any exes that you've ended amicably with?
I have one that is like
you're civil.
Yeah, we're civil.
What about her?
Sleeping over her house?
Huh?
You've been sleeping over her house?
No,
Is she sleeping over here?
No, definitely not. I don't know. It would never even be an option.
Does she have exes that she has that are amicable that you're like?
I just think she's ended things with people that it was amicably. Yeah.
So what if she says,
No.
"Hey Marv, I set up the couch outside
No way, dude.
for you to sleep in, so I can sleep in."
Not an option. No way. What about you?
No,
don't think so?
and she doesn't even have amicable breakups either.
Dude, but what about you? You have girlfriends that you ended on good terms with?
Not so much. I mean, yeah, but I don't talk to them. Like I don't have.
But what if they hit you
Friendships
up?
with
Hey, you know.
No, dude.
Let me kick it.
Because think
Our
about
dog
it.
said, you
Because
know.
I don't have friendships like that. I don't have relationships or exes that I'm still keeping tabs with.
But even that is problematic, dude.
So for them to even reach out to me, it'll be like, I'm sure there's a list of people you could have called before me. So it wouldn't make sense.
What about you?
No.
You don't have any girls that think that?
I think all his exes, I think, hate him.
No.
With
I have
reason.
Good, I have good ones.
No, maybe he has a few,
Yeah. I'll let them sleep over.
No, for sure.
But no, dude.
But if you had a home with your current fiance,
No, dude.
that's a huge no.
That's a huge
What a
no.
dumb
but
dude.
okay, but what would you then say if like your girl's like, oh, by the way, this is happening? What would you say?
You leaving with him.
yeah, both of you guys can pack your bags.
Both of you
Get
guys
the
are
fuck
out
out
of
of here.
here.
Yeah, no way, dude.
So
That's
she's being the
Without
asshole.
even telling
she's-
me?
yeah.
Dude, you sleeping outside.
But I've never told you you never told me when you had Bryson sleepover.
Yeah, Bryson's my dog.
Mark's my dog.
No. All right, you guys gonna be barking outside.
You got another one?
No.
Let's see if we can find one more.
Yeah, one more.
and
And
then
then
we'll
probably close it
That was
off.
a good one. That was a good
Yeah,
one.
yeah. Solid one.
Screen. Let me see if I can share this. Oh, I can share this. Just in case. Marvin, send it to you.
Who?
Marvin.
Ranch.
Whichever you want you found, take a screenshot and
It's only that one. I'm actually sending you the link.
okay.
Ask Reddit.
How do you find like good ones? You put
On the top, you have to play around with the different filters.
and then you put top this week, today, or this month.
Yeah, I'll play around with it.
maybe this week.
Bartenders of Reddit. If somebody comes up to your bar and says, "I'll take a beer," like in the movies, what beer are you giving them?
Wait, what?
Bartenders of Reddit. If somebody comes up to your bar and says, "I'll take a beer," like in the movies, what beer are you giving them?
Depends what beer I have. Like at my job, I'll probably give them like a Stella or some shit like that.
Stella?
Yeah,
Then you gotta give them the most expensive beer, fool.
they're all expensive. They're all the same.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, pretty much. Maybe Modelo is more expensive actually.
Okay. I'm gonna go to Am I the Asshole again. Let me see.
I think. Well, this one's pretty popular.
Am I the asshole for fat shaming people who criticize my family's healthy lifestyle? This is a good question from Marvin. Okay, ready?
Yeah.
My dad was a disgusting fat sack of shit and a repulsive fat blob. He and his family looked like people from Wall-E. Oh, you know the movie Wall-E?
Yeah,
Have you
yeah.
seen the Disney movie? Where okay. He told us that they ate fast food, soda, candy, and fried food every day, and he was an adult the first time he actually tried many types of fruits and vegetables. He decided to lose weight and join the military. He has a Green Beret. He raised me and my 3 siblings in a healthy lifestyle. He wakes us up every morning at 5 a.m. and we will do stuff like 5K run, 100 push-ups, dozens of pull-ups, etc. I'm sorry. We only get rest on weekends. When we were younger, we resisted it, but now we embrace it as we are all top athletes at our schools. We feel great and look good. He pushes us to the point of exhaustion sometimes, but I think that's great. We do occasional obstacle courses, shooting, mountain climbs. He makes my brothers lift weights twice a week so they're buff. He's 45 and has abs. He banned junk food from the house, so the only time we ever have it is when we were on school trips or at other people's houses. I got into an argument with my cousin yesterday who was morbidly obese. She said it's cringe that I have never eaten a Burger King and that my dad is such a psycho for not letting us enjoy great things in life. I told her I'm okay and I'm not a fan of junk food. She said it's since I've only eaten Taco Bell once and McDonald's twice that I should give it a go. I again told her I enjoy my healthy lifestyle. I enjoy being fit and I feel great. She then commented that I'm too skinny and girls shouldn't have abs. I was wearing a crop top. I was a girl, I guess. And I just lost my shit and said, I'm happy not looking like Jabba the Hutt. I'm attractive, but more importantly, I am healthy. I will live a long life free from medical issues and I feel great inside. My body is what the human body is supposed to look like. And yeah, my dad might push us, but that's because he cares. And I'm grateful I don't look like the rest of his family. She cried, so my aunt yelled at me saying body shaming is bad. I said she is the biggest fucking hypocrite as she and her daughter constantly criticize and make fun of us. My dad came in and screamed like a drill instructor and kind of scared everyone there who just left. My mom, who does work out with us though, only like twice a week, so not as fit but not fat, went off on my dad saying we took this too far and that we shouldn't insult them. They're just insecure and we should let it slide. Different day, neighbor said she's worried about me and my siblings. I politely told her that we are okay. She kept saying we look tired and he forces us once a week, and once again I said we are okay. She kept saying she'll call people to help us if we need it, and I snapped and I said, shut the fuck up and mind your own fucking business. We don't need or want it. She went inside and now looks sad when she sees us. Her husband called me a little shit a few days later. So is she the asshole for fat shaming people?
No, I mean, the dad seems to be very extreme, but I don't think she's the asshole. Because they were essentially shaming her for her lifestyle. So now it's not okay for her to do the same.
It's funny how the turntables, right?
Yeah. Listen, I think a healthy lifestyle is great. I wouldn't be on the extreme where you can never have fast food or be like a fucking Nazi when it comes to like calories and stuff like that. But ultimately, I think a healthy lifestyle is the way to go. And I don't think there's anything wrong with fat shaming those
hilarious.
fat fucks.
So you think it's okay to fat shame people?
In that instance, I think it was
In
okay.
this instance. In general?
Sometimes. Yeah.
Like what?
Like if there is depends, man. If they live their unhealthy lifestyle and try to force it onto other people, try to justify it, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with this whole thing like, oh, like all bodies are healthy and it's normal to
body positivity.
Yeah, like I'm sorry. I know it's not politically correct, but I'm not gonna hop on that train where it's like, oh, fat is beautiful and you know, you don't have to work out, you don't have to eat right, you don't have to, you know. I think there's a balance with everything. But sitting here and saying like, oh, all bodies are beautiful. No, they're not. Dude, come on. Like, you know, it's okay to say I love who I am, I love my body, and if you're happy with that, that's great. But don't tell me that, you know, if you're fucking fat slop, 250 pounds, you know, looking like a fucking wrestler, is the same as being like in shape and athletic and fit. Like it's not. It's just isn't. So that's just my personal opinion. People are gonna be like, "Oh, fuck you," but that's just how I see it.
So those people should be bullied. The ones who are like,
No, I would never bully anybody. I would never go out of my way to make other people uncomfortable. But if they,
That's what you're saying, though.
no, I'm not. I'm
is
not
what
gonna.
you're saying.
No, it's not. I'm not gonna go out of my way to tell you how to live your life. But if you force your fucking lifestyle onto other people, then I'm gonna be like, "Yo, that's not true." So I'll speak up, but I'm not gonna go out of my way to fucking fat shame you if you're not doing it. Like if you're just minding your own business.
So if it's someone you care about, you'll fat shame it.
No, I wouldn't fat. I don't think it's fat shaming. But if you like you getting bigger, and I'm like, yo, let's hit the gym, dude. Come on, you know.
you
like,
wouldn't say it like that.
how would I
No,
say it?
You'd say it honestly how you would say it.
Yeah, dude. You know, you don't
You
know,
know
you by now?
yourself.
I would be like, dude, you're getting a little big there, dude.
I
Nah.
don't see that either.
Yeah. What would I say?
No, you're a fat fuck right now.
I was thinking the same words, dude.
No.
I was thinking the same words. Like, yo, you're a fat fuck, dude.
No, I don't think I would say it like that.
I totally see
Yeah,
you saying that. bro.
Totally, dude. I could imagine you, the person you would be saying this to right now.
To who?
No, can't say it.
Hey, do me a favor. Can you just to practice, just say this? You're a fat fuck.
You're a fat fuck.
It's exactly how I had it pictured in my head. Is that how you
No,
had? Same
no.
exact thing.
I wouldn't say it like that. But
You're like
you
I'm
know.
having deja vu, dude.
No. But again, Lou, like I think it's okay to be honest with each other. If I'm gaining weight, you can tell me, yo, Marv, you're gaining weight, dude, or like you look like a piece of shit. All right, cool.
Yeah.
Oh, let's do something about it. I don't know. That's just how I see it.
No.
No, go.
I feel like the other day at work, I mean, I'm in no position to tell someone like not to eat, but I did tell someone, I'm like, because I kept seeing them eating crackers, and I'm like, dude, stop eating that. That has no nutritional value. And at first, I'm like, who am I to even tell this person this?
Who was this person?
I don't want to mention
Someone at
it.
work.
Someone at work. And I felt bad initially, but I meant it like with good. You got me? I'm like, it's honestly bad for you. Like, why are you just eating saltine crackers?
Maybe that's all they had to eat right there.
No, I brought them. They comes with the croquetas, and they're just eating all the little saltine crackers.
So if you're gonna eat something, at least eat the croqueta, not the
Yeah.
saltine.
Yeah. What about you? What do you think about the whole thing?
You know what? I like the position that you had on the sense where it's like, hey, like you're shaming me for being fit, like you're fit shaming me,
Yeah.
so I should have the right to fat shame you. Yeah, bro. You know what? I kind of agree. I'm a little annoyed that we bust our ass so much to try to live a healthy lifestyle to then feel bad about it. You know what I mean? For them to like try to be like, oh, but that's you're so skinny or you don't have this. Like, dude, don't like. This is a better way. Like, I'm happier like this.
Yeah.
And I know I'm gonna live longer. I know I'm healthier too, as opposed to you, because you can be happy being overweight, which I don't know. I don't believe anyone's really truly happy. But you know that you're not healthier than me.
Sure.
You're not gonna feel better than me. Like, there's no way. So. I mean, I don't know, because you don't want to be a dick about it, but those people who then want to get up in your face or like that the fat girl that was, the overweight girl that was on the plane that says, oh, I shouldn't have to pay for an extra ticket, even though I'm overweight. Like, there should be.
That's, dude, you're so emboldened
like,
by
fuck
this.
you.
Yeah. Get the fuck out
Fuck
of here
you.
with that
Yeah,
shit.
lose some fucking weight. Close your fucking mouth. Stop eating cheeseburgers.
Or don't travel.
Or that.
Yeah, stay at home, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, peacemaker over here.
Let me not say. Send her in a cargo ship, dude.
Put her on a pallet.
Yeah,
Drum her up.
Her fat ass belongs there.
UPS. Come pick this package up.
That just kind of does suck, dude. It sucks. Like, because then it sucks because, like, at least, we're in shape, we're fit. We still got it. But then those who probably just went down so far and got that big, to then try to. I mean, that's a good thing, though, because at least if you were to try.
Well, that's I applaud everybody. As
Just
long as
try,
there's
dude.
effort. As long as there's effort, I'm gonna be the biggest champion of you and support you and do whatever I can. But if you're just there, like, being a lazy bum, I don't have any empathy for that. And it's funny because sometimes you scroll through TikTok and we can close it off like that. But have you ever seen the yearbook ones where it's like 2000, class 2011, and then like 10 years later? I like that trend. I love the trend. But a lot of these people let themselves go, dude. Just look terrible. And it's like, dude, you gotta take care of your body. Some of those videos, they're 30, but they look like they're like 45. I'm like, dude, fuck. How are you gonna look like in 10 years? How are you gonna feel in 10 years? So I think it's looking good is important. Feeling good is more important.
Importanter.
Yes. I think that's a good way to kind of close it off.
I agree.
But yeah. Anything else you want to say?
No, I guess that's it. Buy our book, and also our card game.
The basics. I gotta, we just got an order in actually.
www.thecoffeebreakup.com.
Everything is there. We'll put it here. Fuck it.
Yeah, but press there and buy it.
Buy it today. See you guys. Ciao. Peace.